On March 10th, 2020, the day of the Michigan primary, presidential candidate Joe Biden, now the presumptive presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, had an interesting encounter with Jerry Wayne, an employee at the Fiat Chrysler plant in Detroit, Michigan, and a member of the United Auto Workers labor union.
These union workers that have been working countless hours under the Trump administration, I'd like you to explain how you plan to not only keep us working, but how you intend on getting the union vote when there is a large portion of the union workers that are gun enthusiasts, and you are actively trying to diminish our Second Amendment right and take away our guns.
You're full of shit.
All right, thank you.
No, shush. Shush. I support the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment, just like right now, if you yell fire, that's not free speech. And from the very beginning, I have a shotgun, I have a 20 gauge, a 12 gauge, my son's hunt. Guess what? You're not allowed to own any weapon. I'm not taking your gun away at all. You need 100 rounds.
So when you were in Beto, when you said you're going to take our guns,
I did not say that. That's not true. I did not say that.
It's a viral video.
It's a viral video like the other ones they're putting out that are simply a lie.
Your voice, you said that you're taking a gun.
Well, he just clarified it. Wait. Take your AR-14s or what?
Okay, this is not okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Hey, let's
You don't tell me to leave out.
There's a lot of guys. Wanted.
I'm not worried. Hold on.
Other than using a harsh expletive against Mr. Wayne after he stated Biden was diminishing Second Amendment rights, Biden shushed a female aide twice. He wanted to handle this. He should have listened to her and moved on. He began to say he supported the Second Amendment, then switched gears to incoherently talk about an abuse of the First Amendment, then rambled about owning shotguns and that his son's hunt, as if that was a valid response. Mr. Wayne brought up a viral video that indicates that Mr. Biden wasn't sincere about his support of the Second Amendment. I know of two viral videos that may be what Mr. Wayne was referring to. One was on the eve of the Texas Democratic presidential primary. It began with Robert Francis Beto O'Rourke, a former congressman and former presidential candidate, speaking at a Biden for President rally.
I want to let you all know, I love you too, and we all love Joe, and I am going to treat Joe and Jill right. We're going to take them to a world-class meal tonight. There's a Whataburger less than half a mile from here. But first, make this one promise. Make this one promise. You. I'm getting Whataburger orders shouted from behind me, okay? You, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your classmates, your colleagues, every single one of us is going to get after it and vote tomorrow. Are you with me? Are you with Joe? Ladies and gentlemen, el próximo presidente de los Estados Unidos, Joe Biden. Let's do it for Joe.
I want to make something clear. I'm going to guarantee you this is not last year's seeing of this guy. You're going to take care of the gun problem with me. You're going to be the one who leads this effort. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. We need you badly. The state needs you. The country needs you. You're the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Or perhaps Mr. Wayne was referring to another video made that evening.
And by the way, this guy can change the face of what we're dealing with regard to guns, assault weapons, with regard to dealing with climate change. And I just was warning Amy, if I win, I'm coming for it.
Yes, apparently Biden is no fan about certain kinds of guns and wants to clamp down hard on them. He's an example of that narrow-minded mindset liberals have about firearms. Liberals trust government programs, government policies, and government bureaucrats more than they do people. But Joe Biden wasn't through with United Auto Worker Union member Jerry Wayne. Listen to this piece of ignorance.
Look, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Are you able to own a machine gun?
I own a machine gun.
I said, are you able to own one? Under the law.
Machine guns are illegal.
That's right. So AR-15's illegal.
How is that in the machine guns?
No, it's not.
Semi-automatic.
Yeah, do you need 100 rounds? Do you need 100 rounds?
In America from handguns than there are what you call assault rifles. Why are you advocating for assault rifles when people are dying by handguns?
Yes, AR-15s aren't machine guns. Machine guns are banned. Only people and organizations like museums with special licenses can own one. AR-15s are semi-automatics. That means with one squeeze of the trigger, only one round comes out. Mr. Biden, it appears, does not know that, or he hoped to bluff his way with Mr. Wayne. Either way, when it comes to our constitutional right to defend ourselves with firearms, Mr. Biden is not an advocate for this. If you went to Joe Biden's campaign website, you'll see that he wants to reinstitute a gun ban on weapons that were banned from 1994 until the ban's sunset in 2004. The number of firearms were exhaustive, but most of the firearms were collector's items, not firearms used for day-to-day criminal purposes. Many of these weapons aren't even semi-automatics. These weapons were banned by an act of Congress with the efforts of Joe Biden, then a senator from Delaware, and Senator Dianne Feinstein, an anti-gun zealot from California. Here's a picture of Senator Feinstein holding an AK-47 with a modified stock at a news conference in 1999. The picture shows her doing the unthinkable for any practical firearm handler. She has her finger inside the trigger guard on the trigger. Now, I know the weapon had to be unloaded before she would use it in a photo op, but everybody who handles a firearm should treat it as a loaded weapon. Even if you know it's empty, you should always handle it as if it's loaded. The fingers should be on the outside of the trigger guard, unbent, as if you're pointing. This is the safe way handling a firearm. Also, you don't point at anyone. You just hold it in a safe manner, downrange, up or down, just not toward anyone. Ignoring this precaution is how accidental shootings occur. If someone tells you that he was cleaning a gun and it went off, he didn't tell you what really happened. He was dry firing what he thought was an empty gun, and to his surprise found out it wasn't empty. Before you clean a weapon, you remove the magazine, then you open up the action and inspect it thoroughly to make sure it's empty. Then you start taking it apart to clean out the fouling and residue. You only dry fire after you've cleaned the weapon and reassembled it, and then at a downward non-threatening direction. The ban on certain firearms from 1994 to 2004 didn't end any gun violence. The Columbine High School shootings occurred during that time. Any legislation supposedly meant to make society safer is just a means that the left wants to weaken the ability of American citizens to defend themselves not only from criminals, but a tyrannical government, like the government they think is best for us. You are watching Vote Right for America. Please subscribe to this vlog. It's free. And you can also email me with your comments and questions at vrfa.djennis@gmail.com. And please comment. I'll use your comments and questions to clear up matters or concerns you have in the future episodes. Good evening.